He is the world's most famous hockey player. Now Wayne Gretzky is making a return to the ice. The great one is the star of a new EA Sports video game. It's called NHL Slapshot, and you can play it on Nintendo Wii. The game lets you compete for the Stanley Cup, but it also allows you to start at the Pee Wee level and bring that player up through the ranks to the NHL. Gretzky was in Toronto this week, and tech expert Marc Saltzman had a chance to go one-on-one with the great one.
We're here to talk about NHL Slapshot. How did you get involved to begin with?
Well, I've been lucky over the years to have some great relationships, and when you look at games, so to speak, the EA Sports game always sort of jumps at you, and obviously the John Madden football game was always sort of front and center. And obviously that's sort of the marquee game that we have out on the market. But this game is kind of unique in that it's a little bit more interactive. The reality and the realization of video games themselves comes a little bit more to life in the fact that you have actually props that look like a hockey stick. And so you're able to participate and play the game and yet also feel like you're actually playing the game of hockey in some small way.
There's a mode called Pee Wee to Pro, and that it could be argued it sort of mirrors your rise to fame in the NHL.
Well, I'm mostly a Pee Wee as far as this goes. You know, I have a 10-year-old son who's much better at this. The technology that the kids have in their generation compared to our generation, I mean, my goodness, we had nothing sort of like this whatsoever. So there's an opportunity for people who aren't as advanced in playing video games to be able to participate and gradually work their way up, similar to that of those who try to make the hockey a profession, starting at the Pee Wee level and all the way through. So, you know, again, it's step by step, and it's an opportunity for those who want to learn the game to be able to start at the bottom.
I understand you gave some help throughout the game, maybe some consulting. Can you tell us about some of the feedback you gave and if it made it to the final version?
I'm not sure if it made it to the final version. My big thing with them, first of all, the game is truly spectacular, and people in Vancouver did such a great job. You know, it's really good when you can take the technology of what we're doing with the game and combine that and mix that to make it a reality. And so you have to have played the game of hockey or the sport of hockey to have a true understanding. So once you play the game, you know, there's nothing like being on the ice and playing the game itself. But when you play this game, you know, from the shooting to the passing to the hitting, it's as close to a realization as it really can be in a video game.
At the end of the day, a game has to be fun. I understand you've played the game with your kids.
Yeah. You know, I'm really lucky because 6 months ago when we first started putting this all together, one of the first days that we got together, we were able to play the game, and my son was really excited as I was taking photos and getting ready for the packaging and all that goes with it. My son and my daughter and some friends got a chance to play for 3 or 4 hours, so they truly like the game. My older boys have friends that come over, they have tournaments. You know, it's one of those things, again, my son is no different than other boys at 20 years old. He had aspirations and he loves the game of hockey, so his friends, even though they live in California and we live in Idaho in the summertime, they all participate and love the game.
Do you think that a video game could, like this, like Slapshot, can get kids more excited about hockey, real-life hockey?
Absolutely, because, you know, there's that dream of wanting to put on that jersey, whether it's the Toronto Maple Leafs or the Edmonton Oilers or the Detroit Red Wings, and when you see that come to life in this video, in the game, you get that sense again of, wow, I wish I could play, and I hope one day I make the National Hockey League, because as fun as this is, it must be even that much more fun to be actually really part of the National Hockey League.